Shout out to Nero already for coming through and helping us out. Knack, what's goody? What's goody? Basically, we're starting this off with episode one. We're just gonna kind of go as like just this is a tester run. We're just gonna see how this goes, and then just kind of just go from there. I figured it would be really fun to kind of get into the more the mental side of everybody for the community. You guys get to learn more about what we think, how we think, and vice versa. So I thought this would be a really fun thing to do. Something different, not just gaming. Expand and diversify our content. And I've been telling wifey this for a few months now that she'll be coming to me with like videos that she finds or stuff that she reads and sharing it with me. And I'm like, you know what, this would be really fun to like record and talk about because we both firmly believe in you got to try to learn something different as much as possible every day if you can. And anytime that we learn about something that we get a little bit of knowledge on, even if it's wifey with her plants or just any of the mental stuff, what is it, your quantum leaps and all that other stuff.
Yes.
There's a whole bunch of crazy stuff that we talk about. And it's like, man, I wonder like what other people think about this besides the goofy stuff that we post about wifey's road rage at the drive-thrus and stuff like that about the what else and stuff, which y'all ate that up. So that's pretty much it. We're just going to be explaining that, going over all those things. And just kind of just vibing with you guys. We're going to be sharing some stuff. I want wifey to start this one off and kind of go from there. We were going to talk about just mental health in general since it's the first episode. And we were going to share things that we...
See where the conversation goes.
Yeah, see where it goes. Just kind of go off of stuff that we're facing, stuff that you guys are facing. If you guys want to share, you want us to speak on, you guys are more than welcome to. I'll advertise different topics every week based off of what we just got. We go over with the subscribers will be able to vote on what our topic will be for the next Sunday. So that's just how we're going to do that. I'm giving them that liberty. So yeah, beautiful couple. Glad you guys are doing well. Thank you so much, Stan, and we appreciate it. So based off of mental health, you want to just go over how I guess your mental health is lately and what you've been battling with and stuff like that, and we could just share it.
It feels normal to me, but I guess it can be different than other people's. Like my stress usually comes from the kids and work, which I feel is normal, but mostly work. I think yours is mostly kids.
It's kids at work.
I work from home, and I work a 9 to 5, so it's not the work itself or like the commute or anything like that. I'm in sales, so sales is stressful and hitting numbers and making sure that we get the commission check that I'm hoping for and striving for and things like that. That's pretty much it. I feel like my mental health, like from a 1, what's good, 10?
Yeah, just do like 1 out of 10.
1 out of 10 at the moment. I feel like I'm doing good. I want to say at least like a 7. I'm not like, jumping for joy. We're kind of in a transition period, which I'll be, I guess, announcing later or talking about later. I can't really talk about it just yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the only reason why I'm not at a 10. But plants help.
But it's more like anxious. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's definitely good to surround yourself with people that are going to have a more positive impact on your mental. I'm kind of in the same position, like it's just right now it's crazy. There's just always something going on in everybody's lives. You know what I mean? Like that's the thing I feel like I'm always saying is like, oh my God, there's always something going on. But like when you talk to other people, be like, dang, you got a lot going on too. So it's like, it's crazy how we all live in the same world, but we all face different obstacles. We all have different challenges. We all have different strengths and weaknesses. And that's why community, I feel, is very important. Strong community is very important. Also, while we're doing this, how do we sound? Are we like quiet or are we pretty good? I just want to make sure that we're not like talking and it's like dummy quiet and people like, I don't even know what they're saying. Do we sound okay? I should have checked that before. I should have like a mic check 2 1 2. Gave a whole speech and then they were like, I didn't even hear anything you said. Sound good? All right, thank you, Nero. It's just crazy how we all go through different things. You know what I'm saying? That's why I tell wife that community is important because you don't know who you're gonna meet. There's gonna be people that go through obstacles and challenges that you are going through now that they've already went through that can give you insight. There's gonna be times where you're that person having to give insight to other people and to just be. That's why I tell everybody just to be a sponge, man. Be humble. You know what I'm saying, and be open-minded to a lot of things because you never know why you're put in that situation. You know what I'm saying, or why you're around those specific people. Lighting's a little bright. That's what I'm thinking too. How do we change? How are we fixing that?
Turn this off.
Oh,
no, that didn't help.
It's the outside light. I told you, that's the outside light. Oh look, you walked away and it fixed.
Is that better?
You walked away and it fixed. I think. What's goody, guys?
It fixed.
It like fixed right when you walked away. I think you took all the light.
My head's too bright.
Nah, this is a little bit better. Sending good vibes, bro. Yeah, I appreciate it, dog. Appreciate you, man. I hope you guys are doing well. So we're going to be talking about this stuff, too. I want you guys to share, you know what I'm saying, while y'all are in here. You know what I'm saying? Things that you guys, your opinions and just maybe what you're facing, and we will speak on it. But it's like just because of like what I'm just saying right now, like we're all going through different things. We're all facing different times. And you know what I'm saying? Like, it can be very, especially lately, it feels overwhelming. You know what I'm saying? What everybody's going through. The economy is crazy. You know what I'm saying? All these shootings is happening. Apparently, I don't know if you saw in the news, it's like, there's been like 20 or 30 more, not just in Georgia, but everywhere. Alabama got it.
I don't
Texas
watch the news.
It.
I only know what you tell me.
I got it from Scotty.
Well, and that's the
Scotty's
thing.
school just got a warning and stuff, but he hasn't taken his
really?
thing. Yeah, like, there's just stuff going everywhere. Like, the open threats, now they're trying to make it a thing that if a student threatens to shoot before they even do it, they're going to end up having to be transferred to an alternative school, and they're going to be like,
because you shouldn't be making those threats anyway, and it's not funny, it's not cool. So like, if you're making those threats, we have to take them seriously. It's good. I'm glad they're doing that.
Finally, you know,
because if they would have did that before, it could have prevented who knows how many.
Yeah, so it's just but that too, like, it's just there's loss and there's struggle going on all the time.
Yeah.
And, you know, you got to stay strong. And it's easy to be like, oh, man, you're doing all right. Or, oh, man, stay strong. Or keep your heads up. Or keep the vibes up. But, like,
it's
in reality,
said than done.
Yeah, and in reality, it's hard. So kind of like transitioning into that, like, what would you feel is a really good, because this is, I feel, super important, is you got to be able to recharge your battery. Mm-hmm. And how would you feel for you, babe? How do you recharge your battery?
For me, recharging my batteries, well, before I answer that, actually, I wanted to touch on what you said too about like community and things like that, and like being aware of what other people are going through. That's one part that I do really like about my job. I'm in sales, so we're constantly building rapport, and to me, it's not just a sales tactic. I like to like hear about what other people do for a living, what they're going through, their family size, things like that, because it's cool, especially when they have so many kids. I'm like, oh, how many kids do you have? And usually it's like, oh, we just have the one, or we have two, or, you know, whatever it is. But I absolutely love when people are like, we have 5. And I'm like, oh my gosh, yes, we have 4. I'm like, that's awesome.
Don't feel like the big number.
Right. Time. So like, because usually when we're like, we have 4 kids, we get the same reaction almost every time. Like, oh my gosh, like, how do you guys do it? I can't do it just with one and all this stuff. So it's cool when you get to like connect with people that way, especially with things that, you know, we're familiar with. So it's fun, because then it's like, okay, how old are your kids though? And especially a lot of times they're older. It just happens to be that way.
Yeah.
So it's nice to hear like stories, or like they'll tell me it'll get better, or if they have like 3 boys and 1 girl, which is opposite from us. It's like cool to hear the differences and things like that. So it's fun, and you know, get to hear those kinds of things and connect with people and stuff like that. But no, to recharge my battery, I would say plants. Like I said,
I was ready.
I absolutely love like looking at my plants, and it's because they really do they change like every single day. If it's not new growth or a new leaf or anything like that, they're facing a different way because they reach for the sunlight. Like, they have needs also. So it's really cool to see them change, or when they're thirsty, and they tell me that they're thirsty, because only some of them do. Some of them are like, you got to kind of just know. But no, it's fun watching them, because they do change on a daily basis, and it's exciting because, you know, it's alive and it's growing and it's doing different things. So that, and reading is my other, when I get the time to put that aside, whether it be like a fiction book where it's just fun to read, or expanding my knowledge with sales books, or, you know, things like that.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, no, that helps me a lot, because it's one thing to be able to relax and read something, but to like be efficient in reading and expanding knowledge, it just feels good in general.
Yeah.
Because it feels effective, you know. You're relaxing and being efficient at the same time, what's better than that?
It's a positive multitasking. You know what I'm saying? If you guys have a way that you guys recharge your batteries, you guys let me know in the chats too. We're going to read out comments that you guys do pertaining to what we're talking about.
Yeah. And then other than that, like that's my alone time stuff. And then when we are able to get away and do like date night and stuff, of course that helps with the recharge, because we don't get that often. So again, we have 4 kids.
Man,
so
it feels freaking non-existent sometimes. It's just crazy.
Well, even staying, like, if we sleep in and, like, our oldest will take the baby and stuff like that, even sometimes just that 1 hour or 30 minutes or whatever extra to have with each other it helps. So.
Yeah. It's just, for me, it's like meditation. I like to be able to meditate. I wish I had, like, a better meditation area so I could, like, really just do my thing.
Where
but,
it's
like,
actually quiet.
Yeah, I meditate best at night, but I end up wasting water because I like to meditate in the shower. Like my favorite things is meditating in water, but like our shower, I be sitting there. I'm like, oh yeah, it's nice meditating. The next, I can't feel my legs, so I'd be like,
You need one of those chairs.
Yeah, I gotta get a meditation chair to just sit in there, and I'm gonna feel like I'm 70. But nah, I like to meditate. I like meditating. It sounds crazy, but sometimes like just sitting down, chilling, and watching anime. It's pretty cool. I enjoy doing that too, just because I like the stories. The stories are nice. I like the stories in a lot of the animes we watch. They're kind of very similar. I noticed they all have a
growth. They're all like the underdogs growing and becoming something that they want to be, or more than that usually.
Yeah, exactly. What's goody, Marcus? Yeah, no, exactly, 100%. So what I miss, not that much, man, not that much. We're just talking about mental health today. We're gonna do this every Sunday with you guys. I might repeat it a few times to make sure you guys kind of know what's going on. This is the first episode of every Sunday. We're gonna try to get together earlier. Now that I have the studio up here set up and everything like that on the computer, so it should be easy to just load it up and just go. We may do them in different areas. Today we're doing it here. We might do it in our room the next day. Like, you never know. We'll be switching it up in different locations, so just trying to get different energies, figure out what's better. The kids are all in the room right now, just screaming up a storm. So.
They're yelling at each other to be quiet.
Yeah, they're like, be quiet. So, but we're just talking about mental health. If anybody has any like things that you guys are struggling with, low key, like just put it in the chat. Anything you guys help out with. That helps you guys out, just whatever goes to like what we're talking about. You guys are more than welcome to answer it in your comments, and we will read them and include them in the recording. This will be excuse me. This will be recorded, so we'll be posting this out. I will be posting this out. This will be available for subscribers for the first week, and the next week it will be aired on YouTube. So if you guys want to get early access to it in a subscription, I will be posting this for our subscribers on TikTok. If you guys want to go back and watch it, and then after that, I will be taking clips from it and we'll put it into YouTube. So I just like hitting the gym, feeling stressed, sad, angry. That's my place. That's a really good spot. I feel like you guys have to have a positive way to exert that negative energy, because if you exert your negative energy in a negative way, you're going to get negative results. If you put it in a positive way, you're going to get positive results.
I just saw something on that before.
Okay,
no, I do like that though too, because it's scientific. Like the more you move your muscles and aerate them and things like that, that's when the serotonin and things like that come in. So it's not just like a mental thing. It physically helps you also. No, I saw something the other day. I mean, it's a little bit cliche, but I like the way the guy put it. He basically said like, and this is about your thoughts. So like there's certain vibrations. So if you're at a lower vibration and your thoughts are constantly like that, you don't have to say things out loud. If you feel that way and you think that way, that's what you're going to get in return. So low vibrations, you're just having a bad day. You woke up on the wrong side of the bed and you're just not having it today. If you don't bring yourself out of that vibration to a higher one, then all day you're just going to get negativity after negativity. And it's not a coincidence. Like when you have a bad day and you wake up that way, and then there's like more traffic than usual, then you go to the store and you're like, this was his example, that he was in line and he's like, there's somebody in front of me that just has like a cart full of stuff, and the guy that's checking him out is like, this first day here, he has no idea what he's doing. None of that is a coincidence. It's your vibration. That's what you're putting out, and that's what you're getting back.
Yeah.
So I try to teach that to the kids, because it's like, it's true. It's the way that you think is is what you're going to get in return.
Yeah. I feel like, what's crazy bringing the kids into it is that's a good point too, because like, so every time we think about kids, it's like, oh man, it's just stressful trying to teach them right from wrong. Mm-hmm. But I feel like the good thing out of it is it kind of like the repetition works for us as well. You know what I'm saying? When you have kids and you're trying to teach them something and you're being repetitive, like,
Practice,
hey, make sure you do this. Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, but you're speaking it like, how you say manifesting everything. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's like, if I keep telling the kids to do this, to do that, you know what I'm saying? Honesty is good, and to be a better person, and to like, say, take the high road, all these different things that you say to your kids that's cliche for them to understand because they don't have the same mental, dexterity that we have. At that moment, it sounds like stupid, like you're repeating yourself, but like you're kind of telling yourself that too. So it kind of serves both purposes. It helps them and it helps you. So like having kids helps out because it gave me mad patience. Now, I feel like I got no patience now, but it gave me way more patience than I had before. Before I was hot headed. I'd be like, yo, someone say to do something dumb. I'd be like, yo, it's a wrap. Like, it's up. Like, I'm tight. You know what I'm saying? I was super hot headed. I didn't have patience. I didn't really care. I was just kind of like doing what I had to do. But like getting married and having kids, you know what I'm saying, has its pros, and I wouldn't say it's cons, has its pros and has its like stresses and worries. When you have your family, you worry about them, you worry about their well-being, you worry that, you're doing the right thing as a parent, you're doing the right thing as a spouse. You know what I'm saying? Those things will cause stress into your life because if you look at it in the right way, like I want to be a better husband, I want to be a better father. So at that point, they're going to put you to that test every single day. You know what I'm saying? And how you look at it determines on like what you're getting out of it and if you're doing it for the right reasons or not. Mm-hmm. Like that's what I look at it like that.
For return or for
because
it's the right thing to do.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And like, the sacrificing and stuff like that. Like there's a lot of things that you do for other people, and like having a family does help. You know what I'm saying? For those people that don't have a family, like, well, I don't have a wife, I don't have kids. I mean, friends, community, anything like
whatever's
that helps.
Important to you. Yeah. It doesn't even have to be other people if you're by yourself and you hold things,
Yeah, I always say
where you're, I don't know.
It's a balance. I feel like as humans, my personal opinion, we are social creatures. Yeah. So you have to be able to balance, recharging your battery and then recharging your social battery. Because if you focus too much on yourself, you're not going to have a social battery. And every time you go out, you're going to face different anxieties because you never train that social battery. Mm-hmm. And it depletes really fast. You'll get tired of people really quick. You'll be short-tempered. You'll be, what's the other word that you could say? Like quick to dismiss people in your life. You'd be like, you know what? Red flag, I'm out. You know what I mean? Like
that's how I am.
Yeah. So it's like, but the more you charge it, the more you interact with people, the more patience you'll have with other people, because it's like we have quirks just like they do. They have something that do stuff. They have some things that they do that you may not like, but we may have the same things that they don't like.
You're really good at that though. Like if somebody does something and we're just like, what the heck? He's like, oh, it's probably just that one time, or like, you give him another chance type of thing. I'm like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah, well, that's me now.
It depends on what it is.
It depends on who it is.
Usually, no matter how small it is, I'm like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah, wifey be really quick to be like, kick rocks, cuz. And I'll be like, dang.
The reason why I feel like I have everything that I need already, like, I would love to have friends and people to talk to and other women and stuff like that, but I don't feel
other
like
women, men,
I don't
business.
feel like that's something that I need to survive, or that I need for like to feel fulfillment. Like it's an added bonus, yes, but if you're not like, and that's another thing that goes back to like vibrations and things like that and manifestation. If you're not adding anything to my life, then there's no reason for you to be here. You know what I mean? And vice versa. Like, I don't want to be... That's
self-worth.
I also don't want to be in your life if I'm bringing you down, or if I'm at a lower vibration than when you're at. Like, hopefully, if I meet somebody at a higher vibration, that I can go to them. I don't ever want to bring anybody else down. So, like, it's not just, like, you have to be what I need you to be. Like, it has to go both ways. And as soon as I see that with somebody else, and I'm just kind of like... Yeah, I'm not even going to waste my time, because if people don't have that mindset and that, like, where they're open to growing and that's something that they want, it's really hard to get them to open that up. So it's like, I'm just not going to bother,
Exactly. I feel like also, too, when it comes to that, like, when they say that the fifth, I see the two comments, too. I'm about to answer them. Everyone say, like, a relationship is 50-50. I feel like there's truth and that's true and false. I feel like
50-50.
the beginning of a relationship is 50-50 because that's when your walls are up and you don't want to invest 100% of who you are into that person because you're afraid of getting hurt, right? But I feel like once you have an established, healthy relationship, it should be 100-100. Like, there is no reason why you're only giving 50% of what you're worth to someone that you value in your life.
I don't agree with that either.
I think, no, not 100-100, like I'm giving everything to that person, but like at 100-100, not like, it's not a matter of like effort, it's a matter of who you are.
Yeah.
Like, when I meet you, I'm gonna be reserved on who I am because when I first meet you, because I don't know what you like. I don't know if I'm gonna, if I give you 100%, this is who I am.
Yeah.
I might scare you off or whatever it may be. So I give about a smooth like 50%, but I'm honest about things, and then. You know what I'm saying? After some time, as you like somebody. Yeah, like with you, like that when I first met you. Yes. But like, yeah, I had to rephrase it. Not like effort, but more like of who you are.
No. I was thinking 100-100. I don't agree with 100-100. So, and the reason why, and it'll make sense when I say this. So the reason why is because once you're married, nobody is ever at the same percentage. Like, I'm never always going to be at 50%. I'm never always going to be at 100%.
Yeah.
So if I'm at 80, then and you're at 20, like together we should be 100%.
Oh, you talking about that video of like someone's like, I'm only at 20%. I got you.
Yeah.
Well, that's and I can see that because that's more of an effort thing.
Your like emotional yes. 100%.
No, that's just being comfortable. More like a comfort. Like I'm giving. This is 100%. This is who I am. Has zero effort into it. This is just me being comfortable with you. Yeah, because that I agree with. No, that's dope though. There's two different ones. Yeah, because I'm talking about like comfort. Like this is who I am. Like like I'm gonna be honest and farting stuff like that. Like when you first meet a girl, you ain't gonna be like, yo, what's up? It's your boy. Like they're gonna be like, yo, get out of here, dog. You know what I'm saying? So like when I first met wifey, I bet she had no idea I fart the amount that I do. I'd be farting all the time. You know what I'm saying? God.
But I burp. Damn. I burp. Well, I'm just saying. I burp as much as he farts though, so it kind of works out.
I know we both nasty. We both nasty.
At
and
least
gassy.
I don't fart as much as you fart. That'd be nastier.
Nah, that'd be hilarious. She farts a lot at night, which is crazy. Like she the traditional woman stuff. Like they don't fart because they feel like they have no buttholes, and then at night their buttholes like,
there's no need for one.
Yeah, their buttholes like I'm here. You know what I'm saying? You forgot about me. It's like a whole booty symphony. It's crazy. And then I have insomnia, so I'm just listening to it, getting pink ear because I'm not looking. It's really crazy. I wake up and I can't even hear anymore out of my left ear because it's just covered with farts. It's just crazy.
Oh, wow.
But like it's stuff like that, like
that's why we have
jokes
plants in the room. We have like 9 plants in the room.
That's why they're all green.
The air.
That's what I'm saying. They're all green.
Purifies the air in the room. Creates more oxygen.
Exactly. So I'm gonna read some of your comments and we're gonna continue. I appreciate that you guys are actually like jumping in. I saw a question. And we're gonna answer that one last. I'm gonna read all the comments. Marcus said that's me. They said I agree with that.
That was me when I was like one little thing and I'm like, nah, I'm good.
Word. He said I was dating an older woman and her social battery wasn't it. See, exactly. She called me fake because I would socialize with coworkers and she didn't. I would socialize with coworkers she didn't like. LBL.
Everybody's got their own opinion.
It's crazy.
And I always form my own opinion. Like if somebody else doesn't like them, that doesn't mean I'm not gonna like them.
Oh yeah, that's a huge one for me. He said 50% is crazy. I'm doing like 20% at max. LBL, that's crazy. Say LOL now facts. That happened to be as well. Yeah, man. They be like, yo, I don't toot. Yeah, because they rip at night. So now we be farting. Yeah, we be farting and burping, don't even care. It's crazy because now the kids fart OD because they know it makes us laugh. And that's how I knew wifey was the one. Not beside, like, there was things about
this is the
wifey.
Only reason why.
No, there was things about wifey that I already liked. But one of the things I knew, I was like, yo, I fart a lot, bro. Because I fart. I do number 2 a lot because I have an expeditious bowel movement system. You know what I'm saying? It's just, if it's got to go, it's got to go, right? And I was like, I finally accidentally was laying down with wifey, would cuddle up all cute under the blankets.
It was the morning.
In the morning.
He had morning farts.
And I woke up and I stretched and I was like, oh, snap. Like,
it was a combination of the two, though. It was a combination of the fart, because I think farts are hilarious. And then, but he, like, scared himself.
I got scared, yes. I was like, oh, crap, she's about to tell me get out. Like, it's over with. I got to go home. And then she started cracking up. And I was like, wait, that was funny. I didn't realize she thought farts was that funny. And I was like, oh, nah, we going to be all right. We going to be good. Like, she gonna have a long, laughing life, because I'm about to make her laugh every day, because I be having... My farts have personalities. It's crazy.
They all sound different too.
And Nak said, how was your first experience with your firstborn starting out, and any advice for future parents? Oh, that's a good question. That's a very good question. All right, so we're going to answer that one.
That alarm goes through the entire house.
Every hour. Mm-hmm. He said, there is a line in a 10-year song, will you survive, sacrifice, or crumble to the ground? Oh, reminds me of relationships and making them work. Yeah. That's so there's two really good points that we could talk about. But we'll talk about the first one Nak asked, and then we'll go into Ravens. So y'all get a little bit of background. Our oldest is not our firstborn.
Our oldest two.
Oldest two.
Are mine from a previous relationship.
Yeah. So we're blended family. Yeah. So we both met each other with a child already, and my firstborn doesn't live here anymore. But it's a whole complicated situation. But
I think we had different experiences with our firstborn though.
Yeah, very different experiences.
And then so we can
we'll
talk
speak
about
on just ours for right now. Just keep that out.
Like Inari.
Yeah.
Our firstborn is Inari. She's 6. And how was it? I think it was fine.
It was extremely fast.
It was extremely fast, but I think it was also okay because I wasn't working at the time, so I was able to stay home with her. Because that's the hardest part, I feel like, is when you have a kid and you have work and you have to do like you know you have to implement the child now into your everyday life that you're already probably super busy.
Yeah.
So it's not like it was easy. I mean, having a baby is always, got its difficulties, but I feel like she was on the easier side because I was home. So, and I was able to, they tell you to sleep when the baby sleeps and like to do all that stuff. And like, I was able to do that because I stayed home.
Yeah. Cause at that time was when I was still working. So it was cool when it happened. I was home. So it was perfect too. It was just expedited for like we had a grandma that didn't want to miss. So we,
I'm from California, so my mom flew out here. I usually, with my first two, I had them at 38 and a half weeks. Mm-hmm. So she flew out, so we're like, okay, this is my third one, so this is probably going to be
and she's been there for all of her pregnancies.
Yeah, so she flew out here, and she was only here for like, 7 days? Yeah. And it was getting close to her leaving, so...
I think it was like a day or two before, right?
Yeah, so we were like... this baby needs to come out now. So we tried the castor oil and I didn't think anything of it because it was just like whatever. And then she came like
instant. Like she felt it and it was like, and oh like, snap, it's happening.
No, because I was having contractions, which I of course know what that feels like. So I'm like, so I told him, okay, I'm having contractions. I usually wait until it's unbearable and then we'll go to the hospital because, I don't want to get sent home or whatever. So I wait until I'm like, okay, it's about time. I wake him up, and then I'm like, I'm going to take a shower real quick, and then we're going to go to the hospital. As soon as I stand up, and I guess the weight of the baby went down, I was like, we need to go now. I'm like, we need to leave right now. This is not, she's going to come out.
Like if we didn't move as fast as we moved, we would have had the baby like if she would have took a shower, we would have had the baby in the shower.
Yeah. So one step into the hospital was only like 5 minutes away. So we rushed there. As soon as we stepped into the hospital, 10 minutes, she was out. She was like from the hospital door until she was out. It was like 10 minutes and that's it.
It was so fast.
Yeah.
And we were like, what? But it was great. Everything was good. The experience was fun. Like that whole situation the speed was scary because we went in rushed. Like we got to go like now. And so that was there was a little bit of anxiety, but like the whole experience was still a really good experience.
And getting everybody up and stuff like that was just the birth story, but
yeah. But having kids it's a change, man. Like, I feel like people don't realize how much you have to make an adjustment in life when you have kids. Like it's just a lot. There's just so much that changes in a good way that you had to be prepared for. Like a lot of parents that I've known that are younger, I guess a little bit less mature when it comes to parenting, their biggest thing was they forgot that it's not about you anymore. you know, and sometimes that stresses people out. You know what I mean? Especially with certain upbringings and stuff like that. Like,
it depends on what you're used to also.
Yeah, like, you know, like we both had two completely different upbringings. Like,
completely different.
Yeah, like
her opposite almost.
She was super like family oriented, and her family was all around her. It was mad love, everything. I was complete opposite.
Yeah.
Mine was, there was a lot of drama. There was a lot of crap. There was a lot of like, I felt like I was alone. I really wasn't regarded as a child too much. It was a lot of stuff. You know, I try not to speak too much on it because I don't want to make certain people look bad and stuff like that. But I just did not have the greatest childhood growing up. You know what I'm saying? I speak about it sometimes here and there, but like, I don't want this to be that thing. It just wasn't the best, right? So, you know, like I bleed some of that into my kids. Like I didn't get a lot of the things that I wanted. So like, you know, that's why we got MaTTers now. We get a lot of things. I want to get the kids stuff because I knew what it was like as a kid, not getting stuff that I liked and wanted all the time. It was just like you do this, you do that. You know what I'm saying?
And I got everything I wanted. So every time he's like, we should get this, I'm like, they don't need that. We already have.
But it's funny, like
a bunch of stuff.
We're opposites because like I'll be like, I want to get it for them, and then when you're like no, and then like when you want to get it for them, I'm like nah. But that's usually like, I'm like, nah, they piss me off. They can go kick rocks. Like, don't get them nothing, man. They can go eat peanut butter jelly. Like, get out of here. Like, it's just crazy. But that's why I think parenting is very good, like, together. Because you're going to be opposites.
Is opposite, too.
Yeah.
Like, because the way you grew up and had to, like, mature faster. Yeah. So he kind of not expects it from the kids, but it's kind of like,
I do.
Like, you should be able to do this. I did that at my age type of thing.
Yeah.
And I like never cleaned a day in my life until I was like 16.
Until we met?
No. And then, so I was like, they're just kids. Like, it's fine. Like, my only job when I was a kid was like to dust like once a month or something like that. And if I didn't do it right, my mom would be like, whatever. And she would do it for me. So like, to me, I'm like, I feel like sometimes they're doing a lot, but I know that at their age, they should be doing things like this. And they're going to appreciate it later because there's some things that I didn't find out until later in life. I adapt quickly so I can figure things out, but
yeah.
I don't know if they're going to be. So it's like,
yeah, we're just
I want to make sure they know how to do stuff.
100%. We're just different too. Like, not like us, but like generation wise, like these kids, like they're like, not just like our kids. I'm not like ripping on our kids, just kids in general that we see everywhere. It's so crazy how different every generation is. Like the work ethic is huge difference. There's so many unmotivated kids that you'd be like, why are you so unmotivated? And you haven't even lived a life that deserves to be unmotivated. Like, you get everything you want. Everything's in the palm of your hands. Everybody has technology. Everybody has this. And I think that's why they're unmotivated, is because they don't need to learn it, because they could just ask. Like, if you don't, like, it's so crazy. I'll ask them, like what'd you learn in school? Oh, I learned about this, that, and the other. Well, what about it? I'm not going to say the name, but, you know, Alexa, hey, yo, like, what is this? I'm like, no, that's not your teacher. Like, you just went to school and learned this. Like, it's just craziness. You know what I'm saying? Our kids are pretty decent with school, but it's just like, there is no sense of urgency.
Our kids are really good with school. It's the everyday life that they don't learn from. Like,
the MyPad kids, something special, for real.
Yeah, they are.
They're for real.
Seriously.
No, official, you saying that I'm gonna read some more comments. I appreciate you guys actually commenting it up, though. You were done with what you were saying?
I think so.
Okay. Oh,
I don't know.
I just laughed at that. I hella cut you off. My bad. They said, I want to read what Ravenboard said again. So there's a line in a 10-year song, will you survive, sacrifice, or crumble to the ground? That is, we talk about that all the time, because we, for the longest, did not, like, when we were together and we're living together and we're doing all this stuff and we're like kind of establishing ourselves in our neighborhood, our physical community, right? Kind of didn't really talk to that many people because I didn't need to. Kind of like the same thing with you. Like, wifey grew up and she had everything she wanted when it came to a social, loving environment, nurturing environment. So she was like, I'm good with family, because you've been good with family. I wasn't. Mine was all over the place. It was chaotic. It was turmoil. I just felt like I had nowhere to turn to. Like, it was just like, there was a lot of dynamics that just made me feel very insignificant as a person. And that hurt my mental a little bit, that I felt like I don't need anybody. I'm good. Right? And for me, how I handle stress was, I need to be alone. If I got a lot of stuff going on and I'm overwhelmed right now, I need 5 minutes. Leave me alone. I need to gather my thoughts. I need to woosah. I'm an analytical person in my mind. this is what's going on. This is what I need to do to change it. I'm a planner. That's why I have insomnia. My mind's always going. I look at obstacles as like an equation. How can I solve this? How can I figure this out? Because I don't want to stay in this predicament anymore because I'm uncomfortable.
I've learned a lot of those traits from you, by the way.
Yeah, I've learned some more patience from you.
It helps in my workplace to have that kind of mindset, and now that's like all I am, especially working from home. It's like numbers, planning. So
yeah, and you have to be like that. So like with us doing this, kind of staying on that topic too, we met a lot of people that made me think about that phrase that he said, because we started like, all right, fine, let's get to talk to the people around us. Let's wave at the neighbors. Let's be all weird. And our first neighborhood, hated it. Everybody was weird.
Our neighbors are, I guess, people
our old neighbors. If anybody's watching this in our current neighborhood,
our old neighbors.
You guys are pretty cool. Most of you. Some of y'all are fake, but you guys are pretty cool. But our old one, oh my gosh, the only person I liked didn't even speak English, and he had ducks. Our next door neighbor's the only guy I liked.
He spoke English.
He didn't speak it well. He didn't speak it well. But those are the coolest cats, is the ones that don't know English, because you're not a fully Americanized, or like, you're not a jerk because you're American. Americans are jerks. These foreign cats is fire, bro. Yeah. They are cool, reliable. There's no fugaziness. They ready to get in, wake up, get that bread, come home, grab some drinks, and talk about ducks.
And they're very literal too.
Yeah, like that dude.
Of the language
we were like, it was a storm or whatever, and the storm knocked over our fence in our shared fence. And we had to pick it up, and he helped me. We picked it up. We had to put some stuff back in and bolted. The next thing you know, he brings out like homemade vodka from aloe and stuff. And I was like, what? He was like, it's good. And I'm like, okay. So we drank it. Next thing you know,
it's also strong. He forgot to mention.
Dummy strong, but me and him bodied the whole bottle. And we were just like building a fence, like going crazy. But that dude was mad cool. And that was a super bonding moment we had. I'm not saying drink with your neighbors, everything's going to be cool. But like, he was just, there was no extracurricular worry from him. You know what I'm saying? He's very, like you said, very little, very grounded. Foreign people, when you don't have too much American influence, stay very grounded to like their human nature. And I like it because it was like, I don't have to worry about, are you going to be this, that, or the other? Like, yo, you are who you are, and I respect it and I appreciate it. Everybody else was mad fugazi. And they also had a decent relationship. You never saw them fighting. No one saw them bugging. Our next door neighbor,
the husband and wife.
Yeah, they were always cool with each other. They were very sweet to us. All that stuff.
Yeah, she always said hi to us and stuff too.
Yeah. So then, but we met a lot of other people, and the more we got social, the more we realized like,
they were like sad when we moved too, because we didn't know anybody enough to be like, hey, we're moving out of the neighborhood. Like, let me make sure I have your number. Like, we didn't do that. So when they saw the moving truck and stuff, she like ran over and was like, you guys are leaving? And we're like, oh yeah, we're leaving. I'm sorry. We should have said something. And
I know we didn't exchange no information. Nothing. I feel bad now. I just gave him so many props and was like, F him. But it wasn't like we were in them. It was a lot of other stuff going on. We just was ready to get the hell out of there. Yeah. So, but they were cool. And then we met other couples too. Like, you're good. But there was other couples too that we linked up with, that we met, and everything seemed cool. But like, God, the more couples we interact with, the more like we realize like some of these cats be like, they're not investing in their relationship enough to the point where like they just sound so sad to be together, and that sucks. And it's like, or people split,
like-minded people too. It's not just like, where I can relate to the wife and he can relate to the husband. Like, we also want, because we, again, that goes back to vibrations again. Like, we're not going to want to be around a couple that's in a lower vibration, because it's going to, I don't know if that's going to hinder us at all. Or
it does bleed. Energy bleeds.
Yeah, but if we can pull them up, great. But just like I said before, like, that's hard to do.
You can't do that unless you recharge your battery.
Right.
Like,
or
you
unless
can't
they're
charge somebody else with a dead battery.
If they're seeking that, then great. Then they can grow and we can help them and give them advice or whatever. But yeah, we just want to be with like-minded people and not have to worry about
and it was just crazy when you saw the stuff that people said and did, and then the stuff that they were cool with, that we were like, nah, I would never be cool with that. I'm like, I wonder if that's why you guys are the way you are. Like, there was so many times you go into spots and we're like, dang, because we're not perfect by far. We have our moments. We've had fights. We've had only one big fight since we've been together. After that, all of our fights have just been little tits and like whatever, but they're like done within that day.
Like, it's just communication now. It's not even there. I wouldn't even.
We don't really
them,
fight.
Arguments.
Like we fought once.
conversations that are hard to have.
She beat my ass.
No, but we know how to communicate now, and so it's like
we
easier.
Always focused on that too. Was trying to communicate.
Yeah, and that's where the like butting heads and things like that come from. And I feel like this goes for all relationships. Like everybody's gonna argue because you don't know how to communicate the same way, and that's where your growth comes in, and that's where your relationship like goes to the next level, when you can communicate with that person the way they need to be communicated with, and then vice versa, because you're not going to listen if they're not communicating the way you need them to.
Yeah.
And then same with the other way around. So it's like,
exactly.
Yeah.
No,
and
exactly.
I think that's a huge growing point.
We just got a gift. Thank you so much for the gift. The heart me from Juju the Toxic. Thank you, Juju. I appreciate you. Some oh crap. That just dropped the entire. Oh man, the chat just went down. I missed all the comments. Hold on, we're gonna read the comments. We were trying to stay up on comments. We're just gonna scroll down so we don't miss any comments still. And thank you for the gift. I just had to scroll back up to get right. Thank you guys for the heart me. I appreciate you. I don't know what's going on with the alerts. No sounds are going off. It's all right because it's more of a distraction anyways. I appreciate you guys.
But we see it popping up though, at least.
Yeah, we do see it popping up though, at least. Being lactose intolerant doesn't help either. That's
the
funny.
farts. Oh my God.
That's how far back we are.
His farts don't stink
Lately
either.
though, they've been stank.
But unless they're like cheesy, then.
And all she eats is cheese.
I love cheese. Yeah. I'm not lactose intolerant.
You like cheese until I got a fart, and then you like cheese.
You don't have to eat the cheese. You don't.
You sneak cheese into everything.
No.
I'll have a slice of cake, and I'll be like, why is there a piece of cheese?
No.
Everything starts hard to you adjust. Exactly. Every part of life. Yeah. Honestly, if you make a transition in your life that doesn't have pushback, it's not worth it because you're not growing. Like pain equals growth, stress equals growth.
It sticks more too when you go through something. Like when you just get something, you're like, okay, cool, but you don't cherish it and it doesn't mean as much. Exactly. When you go through something to get that, it's like the most precious thing in the world because you went through hell and back to get what you wanted or where you needed to be.
Exactly.
So.
Hold on. What just happened? Oh, that's why the alerts aren't working. It's not logged into TikTok, it said. Hold on 1 second.
Oh my gosh. What a noob.
No, it did work for a moment. It worked for a moment, but it said it doesn't. I was logged in and it says I wasn't. TikTok login required. It says to do it like 3 times. We should be good now. Click to connect. Oh, there we go. Now that stuff should work. It didn't work. It's all good. I tried something. Oh, yep, there goes. There goes the light goal. That's what it was. All right, we figured it out. Sorry. I had to restart doing everything. CSC. There it goes. Thank you guys. Thanks. My bad. It wasn't working at first. I'm super sorry. All right, let me catch up on comments because you guys are awesome. Thank you guys so much. Just know this is the first episode, guys. So we're going to be reading the comments, but then from now on, like every episode we're going to stay at the bottom of the chat. And if we miss your comment, I'm sorry. It's just, this is like more of a podcast style type thing. So we're going to be spending a lot of time talking. And if we miss your comment, just drop it again once you start looking in the comments. You might have to repeat a few times and just bear with us. And we appreciate you guys. But this is dope. I want to make sure we read all your comments. You should read some.
You read it.
Okay.
I'm reading it.
I'll say read them out loud.
I'm not reading them out loud.
Oh, come on. You're going to have to read some. So for me, the birthing was amazing. But when you get home, the real stuff sets in. Yeah, the healing and all the other stuff. Very true. Michael, what's goody?
And there's so much knowledge about like, I saw that too.
Almost passed out.
There's so much knowledge out there now that it's like, if you guys are having kids now, even if you already have kids, like do your studies, because people are on the internet and there's books and all this other stuff about like how to help with sleeping situations and like colic and like all these different things that me in like us included is, I'm like, dang, I wish I would have known that when we had our kids. Like, and it's like a ton of different things, like even psychological things, like the way you talk to your kids or the way, not gentle parenting. That's something completely different.
That's another topic.
It's kind of like that's your preference, but there are other things that you can do to just help, mold their mental kind of like, I don't know, just to make sure that they don't grow up like whining up for things, make sure that they appreciate things. Like there's different approaches that you can take. And a lot of people have really good advice online about that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But I wish I would have known, but we're done now and we have all of our kids. So
yeah, well, I mean, this is the best time we have that experience, so this is hopefully what we could potentially be that for you guys, like just giving insight, not saying that we know everything, but hopefully we can help somebody that really, because dude, there's times where you're struggling and you don't know, like even as parents, we have kids, but like, bro, like there's still times where like, what are we doing wrong? Or like, why is this happening? Like, what do we do? Like, especially when it comes to discipline.
13 now.
Yeah, we'll have a whole episode just talking about parenting. You know what I mean?
Maybe a couple episodes just on parenting.
One per kid, because that's just, they all need an hour.
Oh my gosh.
You know what I mean? But it's just real. You know what I'm saying? But hopefully we could be able to give some insight and help somebody. The whole point of this is to help you guys, help your mental, and this helps us. This is our way of recharging you guys. We recharge our battery together, and we want to exert some of that energy to you guys, so you guys can recharge whatever batteries that you guys feel are being depleted. You know, I mean, that's the whole purpose of this. It's not just trying to just look cool or whatever. Like we're gonna be real. Like one of the topics you talked about, like with me expecting my kids, holding my kids to expectation of what I've done, that's not the best plan, but that's what I do, and I know that's something I work on every day.
Natural,
but I'm not gonna act like I'm the best dad.
reaction.
Like that's an obstacle I face, is being like, hey man, I was washing dishes at that age, man. You go wash dishes, and he'd be like, I don't even know what a dish is, and you're like, damn, like I gotta remember. Okay, you don't know what a dish is. This is a dish. That's dog food. Like, you know, like just crazy stuff like that. But like, it's something that doesn't seem like it's that bad, but it could help and hurt my kids at the same time.
Like expecting them to know what we know is
and like there's
realistic.
certain times, like, and I don't expect them to be able to know like specific crazy things, but it's just like, to me it's simple, but to them they're smart. They're book smart. Yeah. They don't have as much. I learned this generation is very book smart, but is zero street smarts. Zero. Like it is crazy. So, to not gonna lie, as a young parent, I was one of those people, but it takes maturity to be honest. I understand what you're saying. Oh yeah, with the understanding it's not about you anymore type situation.
I had my first when I was 18, so.
Because I had a bit of a leg up helping raise my youngest cousins as a team. Yeah, exactly. For me being like I'm the oldest out of my siblings, and that helped me grow up a lot faster. Learning a lot of like selflessness is what I learned the biggest about. Selflessness and protecting and being protective are the two things I learned being the oldest brother. And I felt like that's something that geared me to be a better parent. You know what I'm saying? Was being able to understand sacrifice and selflessness and putting myself in front of the bullet for people I care about. You know what I mean? Like that, I learned it a lot as a child, and I shouldn't have, but I did. And I think it's helped me as a parent too. So I try to tell my friend that is a parent this. Hey, look, there you go. Get him in here, bro. They said those are the worst. Not gonna lie. I'm glad my mother, my children, has a head on her shoulders. That's good. At least that's what's up. Some people don't have that, and that's crazy. Is a real been seeing a lot of iPad kids way too frequently, not just in restaurants, but ever. Yeah, like our kids have like their electronics and stuff, but they don't take it out like that. Like if we're going to a restaurant, they're not even gonna have it. Yeah, they don't even bring it.
Engage in conversation.
Word.
We do at the table and stuff too. We actually sit down and have dinner every night.
Yeah.
And there's no electronics at the table either.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that we do different to try to like, I mean, they're still zombies, but like we try to like lean it out. It's hard too in Georgia because we want them to go outside, but it's so hot and it's like go outside.
It's so cold.
It's so cold to you, Cali, but it is great. It is. It's barely ever hit freezing in Georgia. Like it hits freezing in Georgia for like 3 weeks.
Freezing is like
32 degrees is freezing.
It's freezing.
No, that's Cali freezing. And that's, dude, you want to go to New York during the winter to see? It's like -20.
I know, that's what I used to get when I was going, when I went to work in like an actual office, like when it would get like in the 50s, I'd have like a big old puff coat with like the furry hoodie.
And I'm walking outside like with a wife beater and shorts
on. No, my coworkers would be like, "Are you serious?" I'm like, "It's cold."
Yeah, she'd be having the full like Timbs, everything.
It's
and you'd
freezing.
Be like,
yeah, I got my
55
boots with the fur. Yeah.
Ain't no way you said boots with the fur. That's crazy.
Isn't
that
boots
song?
with the fur?
Mm-hmm. Were you wearing apple bottom jeans too? Oh damn.
Nope.
So I don't need anyone. I'm good. He said, yeah, my baby mom lets me buy them that stuff, but they're only allowed to do certain stuff and no YouTube. They also go outside and stuff, so that's not all they had to do. Yeah, dude, kids don't want to go outside no more. It's crazy.
They go outside and sit down.
Yeah, they want to go outside. Yeah,
We're
exactly.
like, fold up all the chairs. Go run around or
Word.
something.
We'll be like, guys, go outside. And we'll be like, yo, it's kind of quiet. We don't hear any screaming, any laughing, any nothing. We look outside. They're sitting around the fire pit just talking to each other, kicking rocks. I'm like, you have no imagination. We got them toys. They don't like, how do you play with this? I was like, what, bro? Imagination. Like, come on, cuz you gotta work it. You know what I mean? So we're a lot of like, I'm very introverted into myself due to having little support from family. That's crazy. That's understandable, man. It sucks that people go through that. Thank you guys for the roses too. We appreciate you. It said W parents and they should be fine line between screen time and touching grass time for real.
Yeah.
The fact that there's a phrase for touching grass to me is crazy. That's how much people have digressed. Yeah.
Yeah, they've been taking a lot of interest in plants and asking things about that too. So, because it's also like that the reason why that helps too is because when you like repot or like when you touch soil, it's the same thing as like touching grass, getting grounded.
Word. I don't think I'm gonna be able to catch up with these. I'm gonna have to go down to the bottom because I just realized we got like 30 comments. My bad, guys. That's dope. That's dope. I appreciate you guys. There should be a fine line. I definitely agree. He's like arts, crafts, dance, and music. There seems, that's what we want to get your kids. Get them in activities that just keep them. You know what I'm saying? Keep their mind going. Oh, Juju left already, but you said how and Mrs. Tetsustemple, how are you doing? Dang, my bad, dog. I missed you, bro. So taking time to talk about mental health is on another level of amazing. Too quick. Thank you. I'm sorry. I don't know if he might not be in here either. I'm so sorry, dog. What's goody? So you two are glowing, bro. Thank you so much. Nah, facts. My kids are in after school activities. Yeah, you need to do that.
They're mandatory now in school, which I thought was awesome. So, and it's not after school activities. They're extracurricular, but they do them during school hours now, like every
that's what Layla
Wednesday
does, right?
Or something.
They pick a club.
Yeah, so they have to pick a club. So I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
They're like, we need to get these kids right. You're doing something.
Right? This said, on behalf of the ones who can't be here to listen, thank you for me and them. Nah, thank you so much, Too Quick. I appreciate you, man. Sorry that I missed that comment. That's why I want to be like at the bottom of the comments because I'd be missing some stuff. Like I have this social media so accessible. Social media is like, I feel like the worst thing right now. Even though we're on social media right now, but for the new young generation, it's the worst thing right now.
Yeah.
He said, my daughter's playing with this year violin.
Cool.
Ooh, why people in Greece hate waking up at dawn? Because dawn is tough on Greece. That dude is funny. He comes out of nowhere with those jokes. He's no way. Yeah, that was hilarious. I'm just glad that even though my ex and I don't work, that at least I picked a great mother. Hey, that's what's up. That is what's up. That's exactly how I feel. I'm glad that you guys have that. That's dope. That's so I mean, the stream. Also, hello, wifey. How was your stream? I hope it went well. Do y'all have any kids? Yeah, we have 4. Too many.
Yeah.
Got us all in the comments right now. Yeah, thank you for letting us know, Marcus. I appreciate you guys. TikTok questions not showing. No, they are. We're just behind. All right, we're at the bottom. We made it. We're at the bottom. I'll send something on Discord. Too long to post here about it being around 50 comments for today for Mental Health Matters vibes. No. You're good. We caught up. You guys can post it in there. I'm not going to go into like a separate thing to read the comments. Just put them in here. You guys should be fine. And we're going to be posting some other stuff too. Yo, what's going on, Ali? How you doing? So we're back up. We're caught up on comments. We're good to go. So now if anybody drops something, we'll read it as we go. If we miss a comment, it's all good. But it's just expanding your social battery. It's kind of like where we were stuck at, and it's just like, what do you do? Like, the biggest thing right now is other people that don't recharge that expect you to recharge for them, and you have to learn when some people are draining your battery too much and when to distance yourself. That's a huge thing too for Mental Health Matters. Like we're all going through different things. We're all going through different times. We're all going through different struggles, and people recharge differently. Some tend to recharge faster than others, more efficiently than others, tend to stay more stable than others.
Yeah. And
you have to realize how to balance your social battery with people and knowing where to exert your power and your energy, because that's a huge thing that a lot of people, I see people suffer. I suffer with it with sometimes, like it happens. It's happened to me sometimes on streams where like it will try to be high vibe and somebody will come in randomly. That's happened. I've been streaming for about almost 5 years. Yeah. And we'll have moments where somebody comes in when the vibes are high and just wants to trauma dump. And it's not a matter of we don't care. but it's a matter of like, you got to read the room. Like if everybody is high vibes, you come and just start sharing like the craziest stuff that low-key you kind of might need to talk to a professional about. How are we supposed to respond to that? You know what I'm saying? And that sometimes used to drain me because I don't want to seem like a hypocrite. Like I don't care about what people are going through. So I try to respond, try to give it the energy. And I realized it just completely depleted the energy of the stream. And that used to be draining. So draining. That's why we have people that I want. If people are fine with sharing their mentality and sharing their ideas and sharing all this stuff like that, like, and have no problem listening to other people and being able to be empathetic and sympathetic, like I want to be able to have like a mental health matters team in Discord so that, hey, if it's really stressing you this bad that you need to speak, go into Discord and tag at mental health matters team and let them know, hey, I need to talk to somebody. And if someone could be there, I would love to be able to partner with trained professionals and therapists and stuff like that to like be able to provide this for people. That's something that's why like on my page for TikTok, I'm tagged with like mental health. That's one of the organizations I'm partnered with, which eventually we're going to start doing certain things for them as well to just support people with mental health. Mental health is so huge right now. That's one of the leading issues right now in the world. Not even just like in the States, it's like it's leading like crazy, but in the world, mental health is at an all-time low.
But I feel like it all goes back to like the same things. It's because nobody like exercises. I mean, the people that exercise are like usually OD exercising, but like
they run no matter what.
Yeah, but like people just in general need to go for walks, or like everybody's ordering their food so you don't have to go anywhere, ordering their groceries so you don't have to go anywhere. Like even those small trips to like the grocery store, that walking around is something. Like it's not going to pull you out of a depression, but you might not be there if you were doing normal things. You know what I mean? Like everybody's just stuck at home, like not moving.
COVID was crazy.
When that happens, your body just naturally goes into a state of depression. Like I forget what chemical it is, but there's a chemical that your body creates faster when you don't move as much. So like the less you move, the more you want to sleep and the more you feel depressed without getting yourself out of it or doing anything about it. You just keep sinking and sinking and sinking. And it's physical. It's not just a mental thing.
Yeah, and I feel like that's also a huge play into why COVID, I feel like, made us go back a few years. Like we just, as humanity, when COVID hit, we all paused because everybody needed specific things to be able to like, you know, thrive and grow and all that stuff. And once COVID hit, that need for social interaction that was taken, besides like streams and stuff like that. Once COVID was lifted, it was like people came out, like, you know, those apocalypse movies where like they're coming out the rocks and they're like all like dirty looking, and like all of a sudden we have like hair down to our ankles and we all caveman. Everyone just talks in grunts and stuff. Like that's how I feel like we emerged out of COVID and we like digressed as a civilization. And I was like, holy
communication
crap.
was like nobody knew how to talk to each other and everybody was just awkward. Like
that joint was crazy, bro. And it's like, and then now we still see it. Like people like, dude, the simple stuff. Like that's why we make those videos making fun of it on TikTok. But it's like, this is stuff that like social interactions really became like so null and negative. Like, like people walking around the stores that don't know how to say excuse me anymore because you're too scared to like talk to somebody or whatever it may be. But they'll just stand behind you like this and
they just wait.
I'm
like, you know, I don't have like no.
Say excuse me.
I was gonna say I don't have eyes behind the back of my head, but because I'm a mother of 4, yes, I do. I can see them, but I'm like, you expect me to see you on my back, like you're behind me. Like I can hear you, because I'm self-aware and I know what's around me and things like that. But it's like, you don't know that. Like you have to say, "Excuse me, bro."
Exactly. It's just little things like that.
It's that simple.
The small, simple things, like certain like common courtesies, I guess, are the best way to say them. Common courtesy is no longer common after everything that happened because social interaction is so awkward sometimes. Do you see it? Like even us hanging out with certain people and meeting certain people, you can see the body language. Like people like, oh my God, what do I do? Like, you're like, yo, just relax, bro. Like take a deep breath and realize I'm not here to like kill you or eat your soul. You're fine. Like we're just having a conversation. And they'd be like, how was your day? You're like, dog, like chill, bro. Like it's crazy. People are insane. It's just, And now that we're starting to interact with people, I feel like, you know, everything happens for a reason, because now we're like starting to interact with some couples and we're actually enjoying their company.
Yeah.
We're actually doing a lot of cool, fun stuff with them now and planning stuff. And I was like, oh my God, do we have friends now? Like,
yeah, I'm like, let me put you on our calendar because.
Yeah, like I'm like, wow. And then
I'll
meeting
forget.
people that like are actually matching our energy when it comes to like wanting to like have positive social interaction and are like yearning
And the
for
conversations
more.
are real too. It's not
Yeah.
like oh, how's the weather and how's the kids and the. I mean, of course it is like that too, but like some stuff like that we're talking about now, like you know, do you guys ever butt heads about this, or like do you ever have to have these kind of conversations with the kids, or like more specific, like our friend was asking me like if I felt bad for leaving the kids at home because we had a date night, like things like that, because
Those are real questions.
mom guilt is real. So and that's what she was feeling, so it's like we were able to have a real conversation about that too. So